Good morning, everyone. I wanted to start in child pose this morning. Or if you need to stay on your back, please stay on your back. But I wanted to start child pose. Bring your big toes touching, opening your knees slightly. If you would like, you can put a blanket or a cushion or something in between when you know you are a bit tight in your inner points. Resting your forehead as well. You can use a block or a book at home if you need to make it as comfortable as possible for a few moments, few minutes. Arms meeting your toes, your fingers meeting your toes, so you bring your arms around your body. Your shoulders can relax. Rest. Child pose. This pose, Balasana, gathering your energy. Softening your front side, this part of receiving. Breath connecting. Feeling your spine, how it nicely unfolds. Your belly growing heavy. Bring your awareness, internal focusing on your own sensations. Natural breath. Child pose, this asana, our nervous system remembers how it feels, how it felt being in the womb, held, safe, protected, nourished. So let yourself resting for a moment in this sensation of feeling safe. Sensations of being protected, nourished, held. Let yourself breathe with these sensations. Even there is chaos in this world, uncertainties, constantly changing rules, ideas. You are safe and protected. That is all available. You're longing for, you're looking for. Grown up in the meantime. So let yourself take a couple more breaths and releasing this tension. Feeling how your kidneys be nourished. This place where our energy sits. Softening in your front side where your heart, your lungs are more vulnerable. Letting go deep down in your pelvis floor. Where your bladder, the storage, your energy. Fingers soft, shoulders soft. Lifting your head just a tiny bit when you have a block or a bolster, very gently, just pull it away, reach forward from your arms and let yourself sliding down onto your belly. Make a nice little cushion with your hands under your forehead. Releasing your toes for a moment and feel how your whole front side is touching this earth, the floor. With your breath, feeling how you're massaging your belly against the floor, you're breathing with your breath, with your chest. Curl your toes under, so you bring your toes against the floor and start shaking. So you're pushing with your toes against the floor, and this creates a nice little shaking in your body, rocking forward, rocking back. So your whole body is moving, rocking forward, rocking back. It's the first movement, what we do to come out of mommy's womb, coming into this world. It's a very soothing movement for our nervous system. Let your breath grow fuller and stronger with this rocking forward, rocking back. And very gently pausing from your rocking, releasing your toes. Stay with your right hand under your forehead. Bring your left arm, so your left elbow comes in line with your shoulder, spreading your fingers wide. So shoulder on your side, you open your shoulder, your elbow is in line. Bring your hand in line with your elbow, and then you're opening your hip. Bring your hip towards the side, creating a 90-degree angle. So your long bone comes towards the side. Your knee on the same height as your hips are. Your leg, your foot in line with your knee. A gentle opening from your hip, and you want to bring your belly towards the floor. Releasing your right thigh, breathing into your left hip, into your left shoulder, feeling the touch of from your hand with the floor. And try to bring even more your belly towards the floor so your hip can gently open. Breathe into your belly, into your kidneys. One more deep breath, and you're releasing your left knee and your left elbow. Bring your left hand under your forehead and take the other side. So your elbow comes in line with your shoulder and your hand come forward Spreading your fingers, releasing tension in your shoulder, creating a tiny bit more space in your chest, and your hip opens. And with your hip, with your belly, with every exhaling, you want to try to release even a tiny bit more your belly towards the floor, creating a bit more space in deep down in your pelvis. Mula Bandha, breathing deeply. And feeling the support from Mother Earth, how she is nourishing you with her warmth, with her pulsation. Being here, nourishing you deeply. The more you connect to Mother Earth, the more she is here, nourishing you, protecting you, giving you shelter. Giving this sensation with this pull from gravity, feeling held. With your next inhaling, releasing, bring both hands under your forehead and curling your toes one more time, rocking forward, rocking back, and see that you can let your whole body rocking forward and back. It takes a moment to find this movement. It's the only effort comes from your toes. All the rest of your body can release. A few movements from the early stages of our development. Releasing your toes, bring your elbows close to your ribs, spreading your fingers wide in your Sphinx pose. Belly button pressing into the floor, spreading your fingers wide, rolling back your shoulders. Big toes touching, inner thighs towards the ceiling. Gaze over your left shoulder while your right elbow is pressing into the floor. Inhaling back into your neutral. Gaze over your right shoulder while your left elbow is pressing into the floor. Inhaling back into your neutral, pulling your hands towards your heart, lifting your elbows a tiny bit, and you want to bring your elbows towards your center, rolling back your shoulders. Belly button, pubic bone pressing into the floor. Breathe. Exhaling, bring your elbows back onto the floor, your 10 toes flat into the floor, lifting your thighs, lifting your hips, gaze towards your toes while you're toning up your body a tiny bit, lengthening your lower back. Inhaling, coming back down onto the floor. Bring your hands under your shoulders, curl your toes, flow one more time in your child pose. This time your arms staying nice and long, spreading your fingers wide and walking your hands even further away. Tuck your tailbone in, roll up your spine, vertebra for vertebra, while your hands sliding along. your mat. Feel this touch of this mat, rolling back your shoulders, your knees coming together. You bring your fingers facing your toes, your wrists facing your front. Spreading your fingers, softening slightly in your elbows, rolling back your shoulders. We want to take a few lion breaths. So with your inhaling, you're rounding your spine, you're gathering all what you have. And then from your exhale, you press your hands, opening your chest, lengthening your spine. Your tongue comes out, your eyes opening like a lion. Inhaling, bringing all in. Bring all in, inhaling in. Inhaling, bring it all in. Exhaling. Inhaling 4 more times. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. 2 more times. Inhaling. Exhaling. And your last time, the best, biggest roaring you can have. Inhaling, come into your neutral position, your left hand on top of your right. Closing your eyes. Can you feel this opening in your face, this holding back, covering yourself with a mask? Breathing deeply, being visible for yourself. Arms over your head with your next inhaling. Exhaling, turning towards your left side, right hand outside, left knee, and bring your left arm around, finding a bind and gaze over your shoulder. Inhaling, floating back with your arms over your head, lengthening your spine. Exhaling, turning to your right, left hand outside right knee, and finding a bind with your hand, gazing over your shoulder. Inhaling, floating with your arms over your head, reaching forward from your chest, planting your hands in your cat, gazing between your arms, curl your toes, lift your seat, downward facing dog, pedaling this feet. Spread your fingers wide. Even we start moving, can you still sense this sensation of feeling protected, feeling safe, feeling supported? Inhaling, bending your knees from your tailbone. You're reaching back, find your child pose again, rolling back your spine. Inhaling, rolling up your spine, vertebra for vertebra, shoulders back and down, arms on your sides, sweep your arms over your head, exhaling, reaching forward from your belly, holding halfway, breathe. Turning your palms of your hands facing the outside and opening your arms towards the side. Palms of your hands facing back. Inhaling, bring your arms facing forward, planting your hands in your cat, curling your toes, lift your seat in your downward
facing dog. Inhaling in your high plank. Stay for a moment in your high plank. Bring your heart between your hands, rolling back your shoulders, gazing forward. Exhaling, gaze over your right arm. Inhaling back in your neutral, gaze over your left arm. Inhaling back in your neutral, releasing your knees, releasing your toes, pulling your hands towards your heart, elbows glued to your body. Inhaling in your mini cobra, lengthening your arms. Bring your elbows under your shoulders, big toes touching. Pressing your toes flat into the floor, lifting your hips, lifting your thighs, pulling your hands towards your heart, toning up your body. Inhaling, coming back onto the floor, pulling your hands towards your heart, big 10 toes pressing into the floor, lifting elbows towards your center, spreading your fingers. Inhaling, coming back onto your belly, opening your arms towards the side, arms pressing down. Bring your left hand under your shoulder, turn towards your left side, lifting your head. Bend your upper knee and plant your foot up behind your thigh. Please stay here when this is good enough. Some people have a bit more flexibility. You can bending both of your knees and you reach with your arm over your shoulder, interlacing your fingers. Please protect your neck. You wanna lifting your head a tiny bit. Deep breath. Steady breath. One more big inhaling. And with your next exhaling, you're coming back down onto your belly. Bring your hands and elbows under your shoulders, spreading your fingers wide. 10 toes flat into the floor, lifting your hips, lifting your thighs, toning up, warming your body from your tips of your toes to your top of your head, over your fingers. Exhaling, releasing, pulling your hands towards your heart, lifting your elbows. Elbows coming in, shoulders rolling back and down. Exhaling, flat onto the floor, opening your arms like wings towards the side, and you want to turn to the other side. Please walk slowly. First, you want to press your shoulder, your hand onto the floor, and you're stacking both feet on top of each other. When you are rushing, very often you're hurting and you're compensating, letting your arm coming down or finding a squeeze in your back. So you want to take it really conscious, slow. There is no bus you need to catch, no metro you need to rush for. Life continues. If you are rushing around, or if you're taking it slow. Breath. Breath deeply, fully. With your next exhaling, rolling back onto your belly. And this time you want to reaching forward from your arms over your head, your big toes touching, feet flat onto the floor, your inner thighs giving space, your gluteus muscles releasing. In as you press your hands flat into the floor, lengthening yourself even a tiny bit more. And then with your next inhaling from your chest, you're opening your chest, belly button, pubic bone, pressing into the floor, your toes sliding with your hands a tiny bit closer towards your chest, rolling back your shoulder, bringing your fingertips into the floor, lifting your palms of your hands. Space in your neck, gaze over your right shoulder. Inhaling in your neutral, gaze over your left. Back into your neutral, and you're lifting your right thigh, reaching far away from your right toes. And you're lifting your left thigh, reaching far away from your left toes. Breathe, smiling in your heart. Breath, exhaling, coming back down, hands under your shoulders, curling your toes, pushing your seat far away while you're spreading your fingers wide, forehead meeting the floor. Releasing your toes, tuck your tailbone in, rolling up your spine. Vertebra for vertebra, shoulders rolling back and down. We want to take 4 more rounds of your fire breath, of your lion breath. So you're turning your palms of your hands backwards, so your fingers meet one another, facing your toes, your wrists in line with your knees, spreading your fingers. So people with over flexible elbows like this, please softening in your elbows. So your shoulders releasing. With your inhaling, you're rounding your spine, bringing all your energy in, and really take this lion from your deep down animal force, animal breath, from deep, deep down, closing your eyes when you're opening your chest, and then you let your tongue come out with a big exhaling and opening your eyes. Inhaling deep down from your belly, letting yourself become an animal, liberating this holding back, exhaling. Inhaling, tongue wanna come out. Come on, take 3 more times in your maximum roaring. Inhaling. Energy from your kidneys deep down in your belly, your bladder. Inhaling 1 more time. I forgot to count, so let's take 2 more. Inhaling. Inhaling back in your neutral, left hand on top of your right. Can you feel how this liberates your holding back? Controlling yourself, creating fears in your mind, creating frustration, depression, forgetting it's all here, even limited, restricted. Opening your eyes, reaching forward from your heart, planting your hands, curl your toes, lift your seat, downward facing dog. Step your feet together, lift your right leg towards the ceiling with your inhaling, pushing from your right foot towards your left side. So you stay long with your leg. You don't want to bend your knee. Pressing both hands into the floor, feeling this stretch in your whole front side. Your left heel towards the floor. Inhaling, squaring your hips, Bend your knee, plant your right foot on the outside of your right hand. Open your foot 45 degrees, left hand onto the floor. Lift your right arm towards the ceiling, folding up. Breathe. Breath. Exhale, plant your hand inside of your foot, gazing forward, stepping back in your high plank. Lift your seat with a big, big exhaling in your down dog. Step your feet together, lift your left leg towards the ceiling. First, square with your hips. Try to release your right heel even more, opening your hip, reaching from your foot towards the opposite side, feeling this wonderful opening in your inner groins. It's not bending your knee, it's stretching out. Inhaling, squaring your hips, bend your knee, plant your left foot on the outside of your left hand, right hand onto the floor, lifting your left arm. Breath, stacking your shoulders, lowering down your hips even a tiny bit more while your heel is pushing back and your foot pressing into the floor. Breath. Exhaling, planting your hand, gazing forward, stepping back in your high plank. Breathe with a big, big exhaling, lifting your seat. Bend your knees, gaze between your hands, your feet coming on the outside of your hands, walking, stepping forward, opening your feet 45 degrees, elbows coming in between your knees, stay halfway, breathe. And then you stay, or maybe you can lowering down, elbows in your inner thighs, breathe, rolling back your shoulders, long spine. Can you liberate this holding back like we practice in lion breath? Maybe you want to take one more lion breath to help yourself liberating in your hips. So with your eyes closed, start with a big, big inhaling, and then you're opening up with feeling this release in your hips. Plant your hands in front of you, lifting your seat. Toe, heel, your feet under your hips, letting your arms sliding from one side to the other side, like seaweed, soft in your hips, strong in your feet, connected to Mother Earth. Come into your neutral, tuck your tailbone in, roll up your spine. Vertebra for vertebra, like your feet are pressing down, shoulders rolling back and down. Arms on your side, closing your eyes. And find a nice little shaking from the soles of your feet. You're pressing against Mother Earth and finding this vibration, vibrating, pulsating with her. Your arms growing heavy out of your shoulders, letting your mouth opening gently, focusing on your exhaling with a deep one more inhaling. and gently bring this movement closer to your bones. So it seems there is stillness from outside and all this movement stays inside. Inhaling your arms over your head, exhaling, folding forward, swan dive forward. Bend your knees, step your right foot back, long runner's lunge, fingertips onto the floor, gaze forward, exhale, stepping back, downward facing dog, inhaling in your high plank, exhale, release your knees, chin chest meeting the floor, sneaking forward in your mini cobra, rise higher. Exhale in your downward facing dog. Step your feet together, right leg towards the ceiling, inhaling. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Inhaling, long runner's lunge. Exhale, both feet stepping together halfway, folding forward in your exhaling. One breath, standing. Exhale, bring your prayer in front of your chest, releasing your arms. Tadasana. Breath. Your arms rising in front of you, inhaling your arms over your head, folding forward from your exhaling. Your left foot back, long runner's lunge, inhaling, gazing forward. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, high plank. Exhaling, knees, chin, chest meeting the floor, slowly coming down. Inhaling, shoulders rolling back, fingers spreading wide, elbows glued to your body. Exhaling in your downward facing dog. Step your feet together, inhaling your left leg. Exhale your left foot between your hands. Long runner's lunge, inhaling. Exhale both feet, inhaling halfway. Fold forward in your exhaling. One breath, standing. Inhale. Exhale, bring your prayer in front of your chest, Tadasana. You want to bring your arms in front of you, over your head with your inhaling. Palms of your hands meeting, exhaling, folding forward. Step your right foot back, open it 45 degrees, Trikonasana. Right hand on your right hip, lengthening your spine. Lift your right arm towards the ceiling, pressing both feet into the floor, stacking your shoulders. Breath. Breath. Rooting down from both of your hands, reaching over from your upper arm over your head, gaining energy in your belly and lifting both of your arms as if you want to hug somebody in front of you. Breathe, pressing your foot into the floor. Breathe. Exhaling, release, bring your hands back towards the floor, framing your front foot, stepping back downward, facing dog. Breathe. Sorry, people at home, you couldn't see me for a moment. Breathe. Down dog. Breathe. Step your feet together, rooting down from your left hand, reach with your right hand towards your left ankle, left calf muscle. Inhaling, your right hand releases, your left hand reaches towards your right, gaze under your armpit. Heels want to release, long neck, long spine. Inhaling, releasing your hand. In, come, take a vinyasa of your choice. So you can sliding with your toes a tiny bit into your back, taking a Chaturanga, Dandasana, upward facing dog, or knees, chin, chest, loop. When you come up in upward facing dog, observe your elbows. Stay soft in your elbows. Over flexible elbows, we have this tendency falling in. Breathe, bend your knees towards your chest, hopping, stepping, walking forward. Inhaling halfway, exhaling, fold forward. One breath, feeling your feet, your hips. One breath, long legs, long spine. Bring your prayer in front of your chest. Tadasana, mountain. Soften your fingers. Can you open your soles of your feet even a tiny bit more? Connecting with Mother Earth, drinking in your energy. Arms in front of you, reaching over your head. Exhaling, meeting your palms of your hand, folding forward. Long legs, long spine. Step your left foot back, open it 45 degrees. Trikonasana, left hand on your left hip, opening your torso. So you want to find a nice long spine before you open your arm. It doesn't matter how far you come down. You want to stay long in your spine. Breathe, beautiful. Breathe. Both feet breathing firmly into the floor while you let your upper arm reach over your head. Okay. And maybe you want to play and you're lifting your lower arm as if pressing your feet into the floor, gaining strength in your belly. Breathe. Breathe. One more big inhaling. Exhaling, turning towards the floor, planting your hands, stepping back in your downward facing dog, gaining strength in your core from your feet. Stay in your down dog. Breathe. Breathe. And you want to bring your right toes behind your left foot with your two big toes. You want to grab your Achilles tendon and creating a bit of weight. So your heel comes even a tiny bit better down, soft in your left knee when you need. Breath. Stay with your right foot where it is, and you want to come into your high plank. So your right foot helps your left heel to pressing back, gazing forward. Breathe. Exhaling with your right foot, you're pressing your left heel back down, lifting your seat in your downward facing dog. Plant your right foot back onto the floor, and you want to take your left foot. So from your first big toes, two toes, you want to grabbing this Achilles tendon, helping to create a bit more weight on your right heel. Breathe, spreading your fingers. Can you release your muscles in your right leg, giving a stretch in your calf muscles? Stay with your left foot where it is, pushing with your left toes, your right heel while you come into your high plank. Breath. Breath. While you're pressing your left foot in your heels, coming back, lifting your seat in your downward facing dog. Step your left foot, meeting your right, inhaling in your high plank. Can you remember pushing with your heels? Maybe it becomes a tiny bit easier. Stay in your high plank. Breathe. Chaturanga Dandasana. Chin, chest, whatever feels right for you. Elbows glued to your body. Inhaling, lifting your heart. Exhale in your downward facing dog. Breath. Breath. Bend your knees, gaze between your hands. Hopping, stepping, walking forward between your hands. Inhaling half. Fold forward in your exhaling. One breath in your standing. Exhale, bring your prayer in front of your chest. Release. Tadasana. Breathe soft in your fingers. Fingers a tiny bit. That you can feel your soft touch. Releasing tension in your wrists, circling your wrists a tiny bit to one side and to the other. Inhaling your arms over your head. Exhale, folding forward with your exhaling, long spine. Bending your knees, step your right foot back. High lunge, come high. Bend your front knee, hands on your hips, controlling your hips facing front, bending your front knee. Raise, letting your arms swinging like a big, big pendulum. Press. Your front knee bends even a tiny bit more. Your back heel, do you remember the pull from your heel? Inhaling your arms over your head. Press. Releasing your shoulders, a nice little twisting. Arm, your left knee, left arm reaching back, opening your chest, finding a bind with your hand, lifting your front arm. Bend your knee even a tiny bit more. Breath. Breath. Release your right elbow on the outside of your left knee, staying here. Breathe. You can stay with your bind, or maybe you want to reach with your arm over your head and your right arm outside. Breathe. Side ankle, twist it. Breath. Inhaling, bring both hands in front of your chest, floating back into your high lunge, your arms over your head. Exhaling, reaching forward from your heart, arms reaching back like an aeroplane. Breath. Exhaling, releasing your hands under your shoulders, step your foot back in your downward facing dog, making one more time with the weight with your heel. So your right toes getting your left heel and creating a bit of a weight to help to release your heel towards the floor. Inhaling, come into your high plank. Plant your left hand in front of your face, turning your toes. Plant your right foot behind, lifting your arm. Breathe. And then you want to lifting your lower leg. Breathe. Your left leg reaches. Breath. Exhaling, releasing your left foot, your hand, turning your toes, lifting your seat downward, facing dog. Breath. Stay in your down dog, child pose always available, taking a vinyasa of your choice. Inhaling, exhale. Enjoying these movements wherever you are. Breathe. In, come, lifting your right leg towards the ceiling. Step your right foot on the outside of your right hand. Open it 45 degrees. Heel, gaze between your arms. Breathe. Come onto your fingertips when you need. Breath. Open your hip a tiny bit more. Come onto the outer edge. Your left hand onto the floor, your right hand on your right inner thighs. Do not use your knee, Nora. Don't press against a joint. Breath. Open your arm towards the ceiling. Breath. Breath. Exhale, plant your hand onto the floor, stepping both feet in front, left foot outside, left hand lowering down. Bring your elbows in between you, maybe find a bit more space. Breath. Breath. Exhaling, planting your hands onto the floor, lifting your seat, heel, toe, your feet parallel. One breath in your standing. Exhale, bring your prayer in front of your chest, Tadasana. Can you still feeling yourself safe, protected, held? Mother Earth all around you. Palms of your hands facing up when you bring your arms in. Exhaling, folding forward. Step your left foot back. Stay on your toes. High lunge. Arms swinging. Breath. Heaviness from your arms. Bend your front knee. Some people are surfing here. Maybe arms and shoulders are nice and heavy. Bending your front knee a tiny bit more while you swing your arms over your head, releasing your shoulders. Twisting, belly reaches towards your right side, left arm on top of your right. Breath. Breath. Finding a bind, breathe. Reaching around, maybe you want to grab your shirt, lifting your front arm. Breathe. Breath. Breathe. Lowering down your elbow outside of your knee. You can stay with your spine opening your chest. Breathe. Or you come into your Pavarita Parshvakonasana, twisted side ankle. Breath. Breath. Inhaling, exhaling, lowering down your arms, framing your front foot, stepping back in your downward facing dog. Plant your left toes on top of your right heel, creating a bit more weight. Breathe. Stretching out your hamstrings, your calf muscles, spreading your fingers. Inhaling, coming into your high plank, your right hand in front of your face. Plant your foot on the outside, turning, lifting your arm, and then your lower leg. You want to lifting up. Breathe. Breathe. Breath. Exhaling, releasing, planting your hand back onto the floor, lifting your seat, with an exhaling. Stay in your down dog child pose. Take a vinyasa of your choice. Inhaling. Exhaling, knees, chin, chest, Chaturanga Dandasana. Observe your shoulders. Do it again. Breathe. This is it. You know exactly how to do it, Pauline. It's really funny. Breathe. This is when we just want to get it done and we are forgetting to breathe more consciously. Breathe, spreading your fingers, rolling back your shoulders. Deep breath, steady breath, lifting your left leg towards the ceiling with your inhaling, your left foot on the outside of your left hand, opening your foot 45 degrees. You can come onto your fingertips to lowering down from your right inner groins, pushing with your heel, gazing forward. And then you want to opening your hip even a tiny bit more. Right hand under your shoulder, help with your left hand, gazing over your shoulder. Please stay when this is good enough, or you open your arm towards the ceiling. Breathe, stacking your shoulders, spreading your fingers. Breathe. Exhaling, planting your hand back onto the floor, your foot back onto the floor. With one step, your right foot comes on the outside of your right hand, lowering down. Breathe. Reaching with your left arm under your leg and bring your right hand on your right knee, gaze over your shoulder, opening up even a tiny bit more. You can do this high as well. It is the same. You bring your left arm inside and then you bring your right hand on your knee. It's an opening up from your hips and your chest. Inhaling back into neutral, your right arm under your knee, left arm on your hip, or you're open towards the ceiling, rolling back the shoulder. Breathe. Breath. Deep breath, steady breath. Inhaling, releasing. Plant your hand onto the floor, lifting your seat. Heel, toe, heel, toe. And this time you're tucking your tailbone in, rolling up your spine. Vertebra for vertebra, shoulders rolling back and down. Hands on your hips. Bring your weight on your left side, lifting your right knee and your hands under your thigh. Find your balance. Inhaling, reaching with your leg. Exhaling, folding your knee and pointing your toes. Inhaling, connect with your ball of your foot. Exhaling. Inhaling, your left foot pressing into the floor. Exhaling. Please keep on working like this, or you're lengthening your leg. Plant your hands on your hips, arms over your head. Bend your front knee, lifting your knee. Exhale, plant your hand, your foot back onto the floor, shaking in your hips. Let your hips dancing. Step your feet together, long spine, lifting your left knee, hands under your knee, giving the weight of your leg that you can focus even more in this nice alignment. Your knee over your foot, hips parallel, spine nice and long. And then you start working, inhaling, lengthening,
Exhaling, pointing toes, bending knee. Inhaling, pushing your toes towards your nose, lengthening. One more. Inhaling. Stay. Hold your leg, liberating your hands, hips, or up over your head. Releasing shoulder when you're lifting your arms. Breathe, lifting your leg a tiny bit higher while you're pressing your foot into the floor. Breathe. Bend your knee towards your chest, lifting your knee. Plant your foot back onto the floor. Hands on your hips, shaking nicely. Arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head, folding forward, exhaling, Utkatasana, bending your knees. A really nice big circle from your arms while you're lowering your seat, lifting your prayer, shoulders back and down, belly, tailbone, breath. Bend your, bring your hands in front of your chest, sorry. Bend your knees, floating down. Uttanasana, breath, long neck. Plant your hands onto the floor, floating back, jumping back, walking back. Let's meet in downward facing dog. So if you feel, you take one more. Vinyasa, exhaling in your downward facing dog. Bend your knees, flowing back into your child pose like we started. Fingers meeting your toes, forehead meeting the floor. Maybe you still can remember the way you started and how you're feeling, you're sensing, you're being able, your breath deeper, your sensations may be more open to receive a bigger variety. Tuck your tailbone in, roll up your spine, vertebra for vertebra. How it is today is a headstand day as an inversion. Obviously, feel free what you would like to do. I can go through the tripod headstand again for everyone who would like to try that tripod headstand. If you want to take the nice little nest, you bring your elbows onto the floor, fingers meeting your elbows under your shoulders, and then you stay with your elbow where they are. You're opening your arms, interlacing your fingers, opening your palms of your hand, and your top of your head comes in the center. So your hands staying down on the floor. Top of your hand in the center of your hands. And you can come up. Obviously, when you don't want to take any headstand, you bring your block under your hips, bring your legs higher over your hips. This is an inversion as well. Use the block. It's a really nice support. And Nora, when you want to take the block, you take the block square and you bring it on your bony part, where the bony part is from your hips, so where your sacrum is, and then you bring your legs up. I don't think I need to do the tripod again, or is there anybody waiting to see? Let me sit. Breathe. Anna, are you waiting to do the tripod? Yeah? So you start kneeling, fingers spreading wide. You bring your thumbs under your knees, rolling back your shoulders. And then from here, you're pressing your hands, opening your chest. You want to lengthen your spine, sticking your bum out,
folding forward, elbows glued to your body. You bring your forehead onto the floor. Stay with your elbows glued to your body. Lifting your seat, pressing your hands. And then from here, you're rocking forward, rocking back, finding this platform onto the from your top of your head. Where are your elbows? Glued to your body. Curl your toes, lift your seat. Elbows pointing towards the ceiling. Fingers spread wide. Walking your toes, bring your knees on top of your elbows. And then from here, maybe eventually you bring your knees over your hips and your legs. Lifting, yes, this is it, Daniela. Breathe. Bring your elbows a bit closer towards your body. Bring your elbows in. And then you're walking your toes. Try to bring your knees on top of your elbow. This is it. Cool. Stay there, Daniela. Stay. When you are in your headstand, please come down in your child pose. Breathe. Bring one knee on top of your elbow and then the other one. Take it really slow. Breathe. So everyone, please come in your child pose back again. Fingers meeting your toes, forehead touching the floor. Shoulders growing heavy. Tuck your tailbone in, rolling up your spine, vertebra for vertebra in your kneeling. Interlace your fingers, bring your hands on the back of your skull, close your elbows, chin meeting your sternum. Nice little stretch on your neck and your shoulders. Please be aware that you do not let your belly dropping forward, falling into your lower back. Your belly coming in. Weight upon your heels. Bring your elbows towards the side while you're straightening your neck. Rooting down from your knees. Leaning back. And here you need your Mula Bandha. You do not want to fall into your lower back. You want to rooting down from your knees, leaning back, that your knees can lifting up, giving yourself a bit of a stretch in your ankle. Inhaling back in your neutral position, releasing your arms on your side, swing your legs in front so you're sitting on one side. Paschimottanasana, as we do every time, helping our nervous system, balancing, inhaling your arms over your head, folding forward. Please remember, you stay bent in your knees when it's difficult for you. Folding forward, your belly meets your thighs. Then from here, you're grabbing your toes, making sure your feet stay parallel. Very often what happens, feet floating inside or one foot is floating to the outside. You want to stay long, lengthening your spine. While upper body meets lower body meets upper body, like you meet Mother Earth and she is meeting you. Giving your breath, giving you shelter, support, nourishing you, protecting you. Even it is shaking sometimes. Inhaling, gazing forward from your chest. Exhale, come into your sitting. Elbows glued to your body, marching forward like we do almost every time, strengthening our ground, liberating hips, bending your knee. Plant your feet onto the floor, reaching forward first, and then you're floating onto the floor with your spine vertebra for vertebra, your arms over your head, giving yourself a sweet, nice little gentle stretch here. Inhaling, bend your knees towards your chest, rounding your spine, squeeze your body. Plant your arms next to your body, lifting your toes towards the ceiling, flexing your feet, inhaling, pointing with your toes, exhaling, flex, inhaling, point, bending your knees, plant your feet onto the floor, arms on your side, hip width apart, your feet close to your seat, a gentle bridge, inhaling, your arms floating over your head, palms of your hands facing up, pressing your feet into the floor, your chin towards your sternum. Exhaling, releasing your spine, vertebra for vertebra, while your arms staying over your head, your chin towards your sternum. Lengthening both of your legs. One more nice little gentle stretching. One heel pressing forward, grabbing your wrist. Press, bending your knees towards your chest, rounding your spine. Squeeze your body, making yourself nice and small. And from here, you flow in your Shavasana. Legs growing long, arms next to your body. Bring your shoulder blades under your shoulders with your eyes closed, remembering your lion breath. You want to take one more. So from your belly, taking a big, 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 big inhaling. With your exhaling, your tongue comes out, your eyes opening. Softening in. Letting go. Fingers softening. Arms softening. Shoulders growing heavy. Chest, belly, thighs. When you feel there is still some tension in your face, wet your lips with your tongue and swallow. Let go tension wherever you feel, in your toes, in your shoulders. Softening in.
And a gentle reminder from Erin Hansen. If there is one thing that I may tell you, let it be, you are your home. Your body is the only house that you will ever truly own. Maybe it's got some broken windows and there are tear stains on the floors. Maybe you lock the things you wish you weren't behind its many doors. But there is wisdom on its bookshelves and a love to light the rooms. There's a vase upon the table where the love you've grown all blooms. Dreams sit on the mantelpiece next to kindness and your trust. Where you use them all so often, they have no time to collect dust. So please don't look at mansions with envy in your eyes. There's more that makes a home than its appearance or its size. Your body is your shelter, so you deserve to love it all. Don't let the world stand round outside and tell you how to paint your walls. How lucky that you have somewhere to protect you from the night. And if there's cracks left from the past, well, then they just let in more light. And slowly and gently reconnect to your breath. Reconnect to your sensations. Let your breath grow fuller, grow stronger. Feel how this brings movement into your fingers, in your toes, in your legs, to your arms. Maybe it moves spontaneously into a stretching, a touching, or you're simply folding in your knees and fold to your right side. Your left hand in front of your chest, press yourself up, find a comfortable seat. Plant your hands in Anjali Mudra in front of your chest. And connecting one more time to the sensations of feeling safe, feeling protected, feeling nourished, and feeling at home. To seal and finish this practice, let's finish with one deep, long sounding Om egg. Thank you for practicing with me this morning. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.